Putting your money in a high-yield savings account is one of the easiest ways to earn money without doing anything. And if you don't have one, you're missing out big time. I've been using these accounts for years now and have made thousands in passive income. But before you open one, you have to be careful because not all savings accounts are good. So today I'm ranking 15 of the most popular high-yield savings accounts from the absolute best to the why even bother worse in a tier list. How it works is that S tier is the absolute best, A tier is great, B tier is good, C tier is alright, and D tier, well, let's just say your couch might be a better option. Keep in mind that the interest rates we talk about today can change at any time, so they may be different by the time you watch this video. First up, we have Chase. Their savings account pays a laughable 0.01% APY, which is basically pennies. They also charge a $5 monthly fee, but you can avoid it if you keep $300 in the account daily or meet any of these other requirements. If you don't meet those requirements, this fee adds up to $60 a year, which is way more than the interest you will ever earn with this account. The only good thing here is that Chase has branches if you prefer in-person banking, but other than that, it's just a big name with no real benefits. D tier all the way. Now let's compare that mess to something better, the Jenius Bank High Yield Savings Account. This account pays 4.50% APY with no monthly fees or minimum balance requirements. It offers 24/7 customer service, which is a big plus when using online banks, and it's FDIC insured up to $250,000 like most of the accounts we'll be covering today. This is a very basic but great high yield savings account if you're just looking for a high interest rate. Not only are there no monthly account fees here, but you also get that massive interest rate, which makes a huge difference. For example, if you put $10,000 in Chase's savings account at 0.01% APY, you would only earn $1 in interest by the end of the year. But with Jenius at 4.5%, that same $10,000 would grow to about $450 over a year, which is 450 times more. I don't know about you, but I want more money. And for that, I'm putting it in B tier. Next, we have my personal favorite, the SoFi checking and savings account. I use this one a lot because it gives you both a checking and savings account in one, offering better benefits than most standalone high-yield savings accounts. Right now, they're paying 3.80% APY on savings and 0.50% on checking. But to get that 3.80%, you're gonna need to meet one of these requirements. Either set up direct deposit in any amount, even just $1, or make a manual deposit of $5,000 every 30 days. If you don't do either, the high-yield savings account will only earn 1.20% APY, which isn't as high as the 3.80%, but it's still much better than the tiny 0.01% that you would normally get from a regular savings account. SoFi also doesn't have any account fees or minimum balance requirements and offers FDIC insurance up to $2 million, which is way more than the $250,000 that most banks offer. But honestly, that only matters if you plan to keep more than $250K in the account. They also have some great savings tools like Vaults, which lets you create sub-accounts for specific savings goals like an emergency fund or traveling. There's also autosave, which automatically transfers part of your paycheck into your savings, and roundups, which round up your debit card purchases to the nearest dollar and deposits the extra change into your savings account, helping you grow your savings without thinking about it. You'll also get checking features like a debit card that you can use to take out cash at over 55,000 ATMs. Plus, you can deposit cash at over 90,000 places like Walgreens or CVS, which is something that most online banks don't really offer. You can even pay bills, deposit checks, send money, and track your spending, savings, and credit score all in the SoFi app, which is super convenient. Plus, with direct deposit, you're going to be able to unlock even more benefits like getting your paycheck up to 2 days early, 3% cash back on travel, and much more, making setting up direct deposit well worth it. But what really sets SoFi apart is that right now they're offering up to a $300 sign-up bonus for a limited time. And if you use the link in the description to sign up, you can get another $25, totaling $325. To get this bonus, you need to set up a qualifying direct deposit, like your paycheck, within 25 days of opening your account. Once you do that, you'll earn either $50 for deposits between $1,000 to $4,999 with 99 cents, or $300 for deposits of $5,000 or higher. Overall, in my opinion, SoFi is one of the most complete accounts available right now, and it's a great choice, especially if you can set up direct deposit. Yeah, its interest rate isn't the highest compared to other high-yield savings accounts, but it's packed with amazing benefits other high-yield savings accounts simply don't offer. So I'm putting it between S and A tier. It's not really S tier because of the interest rate requirements, but it's way too good for just A tier, so I'm putting it right in the middle. Next, we have the first bank I ever opened a savings account with, and that's Wells Fargo. When I was young and had no idea what I was doing, they hit me with a few monthly fees, which made my little savings go down, so I'm not their biggest fan. Anyway, their savings account pays a whopping 0.01% APY. They also charge a $5 monthly maintenance fee unless you meet certain requirements, plus a $25 minimum balance to open the account. To make up for their horrible interest rate, they offer a Save As You Go feature, which automatically transfers $1 into your savings account every time you pay a bill or make a debit card purchase. In theory, this sounds like a great way to grow your savings, but with an interest rate this low, you're basically earning nothing. To put it in perspective, you would need $1 million in this account just to earn $100 a year in interest. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what to tell you. Total garbage, D tier. Next is Bask Bank's interest savings account. It has one of the highest interest rates out there at 4.35% APY with no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements. They also offer a mileage savings account where instead of earning interest, you earn 2 American Airlines Advantage miles for every $1 saved annually. For example, if you keep $1,000 in the account, you would earn 212 miles over a year. If you know how to maximize miles, you could potentially redeem those miles for more value than you might get from a regular savings account. But if I'm being honest, this account is only worth it if you travel often and you know how to redeem your miles for max value. For most people just looking for a high interest rate, I recommend sticking with the interest savings account instead. I'm putting this one in B tier. It does have a great interest rate, but it doesn't really offer extra perks like an ATM card or automatic savings and tracking tools that some of the other high-yield savings accounts offer. Next, we have the American Express high-yield savings account, offering 3.70% APY, no monthly account fees or minimums, and 24/7 customer service. Although this account doesn't have the highest interest rate or offer extra perks like a debit card, it could be a great option if you already use American Express products or have their checking account. Pairing both of these accounts can make transfers much easier and more convenient. Plus, that 24/7 support is really nice, especially since Amex doesn't have physical branches you can go to in person. I'm putting this one in B tier. Next, we have Lending Club savings account with a high interest rate of 4.50%. It has no account fees, no minimum balance requirements, and you can even request a free ATM card if you want. But there's a catch. To earn that 4.50% interest, you're going to need to deposit at least $250 into the account every single month. If you don't, the interest drops to 3.50%. Some people may see this as a downside because they may feel forced to deposit a certain amount of money every single month, while others may see it as a good thing because it pushes them to save more. Let me know what you guys think below. Personally, I prefer bank accounts without requirements because I like the freedom to manage my money without restrictions. But I have to be honest, high-yield savings accounts with requirements usually offer much better benefits like higher interest rates or an ATM card, which could be worth it in the end. I'm putting it in B tier because even if you don't meet the requirements for the higher interest rates, you're still going to be earning a decent rate here. Plus, you get the added benefit of an ATM card, which could be really useful for accessing money. This next account is a perfect example of where not to put your money, and that's the Bank of America Advantage Savings Account. It pays a sad 0.01% APY, requires $100 to open, and charges an $8 monthly fee unless you meet certain requirements like keeping $500 or more in your account. If you have your savings in here, do yourself a favor and switch. If it wasn't obvious already, I'm putting this in D tier. Next is CIT Bank's Platinum Savings Account, offering 4.30% APY with no account fees. However, there's a catch. You need to deposit $100 to open the account and keep at least $5,000 in it to earn that interest rate. If your balance drops below $5,000, you're only going to be earning 0.25% APY. On the bright side, CIT also offers their Savings Connect account, which pays 4% APY with no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements, just a $100 opening deposit. For people with low savings, this account is a better option. But if you have $5,000 or more that you can always keep in the account, then the Platinum Savings account might be a better option. I'm putting this one in C tier because of the high balance requirement and because it doesn't really offer extra benefits to make up for it. Next up is another high yield savings account I personally use, the Capital One 360 Performance Savings Account. It offers 3.70% APY with no monthly account fees or minimums. Plus you can set up automatic savings and even open separate 360 savings accounts for different savings goals. Although the interest rate here isn't the highest, this account offers something many online banks don't, which is physical branches and cafes where you can go in there to use ATMs or bank in person. So if you want a good interest rate plus the option to visit a physical branch, this could be a great option. Just keep in mind that Capital One branches aren't available in every state. I'm going to put this one in B tier for its decent interest rate, no fees or minimums, and branch access. Next up is another big name, Truist Savings Account with a horrible 0.01% APY. As if that wasn't bad enough, you have to deposit $50 to open the account, and they charge a $5 monthly maintenance fee, which you can avoid if you meet certain requirements. This interest rate is so bad that they don't even show it on their website. You have to look for it. Hard pass, D tier. Next, we have Discover's online savings account paying 3.70% APY with no account fees or minimums, plus 24/7 US-based customer service. Although the interest rate in this account is lower than most high-yield savings accounts, this is still a simple and reliable option from a really well-known bank. So because of that, I'm putting it in B tier. Next is Ally Savings Account paying 3.70% APY with no monthly account fees or minimums. The account has a cool feature called Savings Buckets, which lets you split your savings into different savings categories like emergencies, paying off debt, or traveling. They also offer 3 easy ways to automate your savings. Roundups round up your purchases from an Ally checking account to the nearest dollar and moves the extra change into your savings account. Recurring transfers let you schedule automatic deposits into your savings, and Surprise Savings checks your spending and linked checking accounts for extra money you can save and then moves it into your savings account for you. So even though this account's interest rate isn't the highest, these savings features might be the reason why some people choose it over one with a higher interest rate. I'm going to be putting it in A tier. Next up is the EverBank Performance Savings Account paying 4.30% interest with no account fees or minimums. Plus it has a few physical branches in certain states. So if you live in one of those states, you can visit a branch if you need help. Overall, a solid option if you just want a high interest rate with no fees and if you live near EverBank branches. But other than that, this doesn't really offer much. So I'm putting it in B tier. Next, we have the Marcus by Goldman Sachs High Yield Savings Account paying 3.90% APY with no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements. It doesn't have the highest interest rate either, but it comes with some great benefits like 24/7 customer service, free wire transfers, unlimited withdrawals and transfers, and same-day transfers up to $100,000. So if you usually need your transfers fast, this could be beneficial. On top of that, if you sign up with a referral link, you'll get an extra 0.25% interest for the first 3 months. I'm putting this one in A tier. Next up is Wealthfront's cash account. It's called a cash account and not a savings account because Wealthfront is a fintech company, not a bank, that partners with other banks to offer this account. They've been around for many years now, and a lot of people trust and use them, but some fintech companies have had issues in the past, so if that's something that makes you uncomfortable, you might want to look at some of the other high-yield savings accounts we've covered. Anyway, this account pays 4% interest, has no account fees or minimums, and it's FDIC insured up to $8 million. You can also organize your savings into different categories similar to SoFi vaults. On top of that, the account comes with checking features, including a debit card, ATM access, up to 2 ATM fee refunds every single month on out-of-network ATMs, free wire transfers, bill pay, and you can even get your paycheck early if you set up direct deposit. You can also make unlimited transfers and same-day withdrawals completely for free as long as the account you're moving money to is at one of over 1,000 partner banks. Plus, if you refer a friend, you can boost your interest rate by 0.50% for 3 months. Overall, this is a great account if you want both checking and savings benefits. I've used it in the past and honestly have no complaints. Just keep in mind that Wealthfront is a fintech company, not a bank. But with all these benefits, I'm putting it in A tier. Now, I know picking the right high-yield savings account could be tricky sometimes. So I've put together this free checklist with tips to help you choose the best high-yield savings account for you, including my top recommendations. You can download it by clicking the link in the description. I also highly recommend checking out this next video where I break down everything you need to know about high-yield savings accounts before opening one. That way you're 100% prepared and can maximize your money. See you on the next one.